Texas League Baseball is next. And welcome to RoughRiders Baseball as we bring it to you from North Texas. Now here's the star of our show, Jonathan Baker. Take it away, John.
Thank you, Bob. Welcome in to this Saturday night live broadcast from Frisco, Texas, here at good old Statesman's Park. It is the fifth game of six between the first half South Division San Antonio Missions and your Frisco RoughRiders. Tomorrow night, 7:05 will be the conclusion of this six-game set, as Missions and RoughRiders will be live at 7:05 for a Sunday night matinee. Frisco heads to Wichita after this six-game set. Missions will hit the road back to San Antonio to take on the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks. And after that, they'll be on the road for a 12-game away series, starting off with the six against Arkansas and Springfield included. Go online now at RoughRidersBaseball.com. Purchase and print your tickets from the First Pitch app from Minor League Baseball, and you can download that in any smartphone. We've got to say welcome into our pregame show as we bring you this one live from Frisco, Texas, and a beautiful Sunday evening as we get things started here tonight as we get ready for this ball game here against the Missions and Frisco RoughRiders. I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Bob. Good evening.
Good evening, John. Thank you for having me.
So last night, we got to see the RoughRiders winning the fourth of this six-game set. And got to say, will they pull off for a Saturday night and win another?
I got to say, John, as you look at this one, San Antonio is 52-34. The RoughRiders now 39-47 of the year. They still trail in last place against the Rockhounds with 3.5 games trailing them, and 5 against Corpus Christi, and 7 against Amarillo, and 9 against the San Antonio Missions in this contest. Well, I got to say, for San Antonio being a first half South Division champions team, they are really getting the ball really good. And so far, they're in here to win and to continue this series with a strong suit.
Yeah, you are absolutely right there, Bob. It is going pretty good as we have some pretty good young arm pitchers and fastball throwers. And gotta say, they are pretty good for both sides. Well, tonight we focus mainly on Arkansas. Boy, they are 56-31 of the year for Tulsa. They are continuing their second place position with 48-40. Springfield 43-45. And Northwest Arkansas 38-49. Wichita is in last place in the North with the win and loss totals of 36-51. So gotta say, they're not doing too good in this series, down by a lot of wins, and so far they are needing a lot in the second half to claim against the Arkansas Travelers and to take first place.
Well, I got to say, John, that is for everybody, but you have to put the ball in play. You got to win the game, and don't ever put your foot off the gas pedal, because if you allow that to happen, you're going to lose the ball game, and you're going to flat up get on your rear end and get knocked down. Yeah, you got a point there, Bob. It's really important that everybody wins the ball games and continues on a strong, continual basis of winning these games and so on.
Well, we want to thank everybody for the pregame show, and so far we are headed down to the field as we get ready for Game 5 of the 6-game set. It's the San Antonio Missions taking on the Frisco RoughRiders, as we'll be right back to bring you our broadcast here tonight from Statesman's Park here in the Miners. Well, Frisco was calling up a lefty, Avery Weems. What we know about him, Bob?
Gotta say, a 4-pitch guy. He's got a pretty good fastball exit velocity. And so far, whether or not we keep this guy on focus and on watch here tonight for the RoughRiders as we get things going.
Well, center fielder Tim Lopes coming in. And the first pitch is thrown right there and in for a cold strike, and it's 0-1 as we are underway here tonight for Saturday. We are 7-12 and right on the dot as we get things going. Right there to short as the shortstop will zip line it right to first, and that's a quick out, number 1. Well, the chance now, let's give the visiting San Antonio Missions the starting lineups. And so far, Evan Mendoza playing in short, Tirso Ornelas playing up in right field, as both prospects are called in due to injuries. Right fielder Joshua Mears is out on injury, and Wander Javier is also out on injury. Evan Mendoza, the shortstop, coming in as he's the second batter tonight for the Missions. And so far, everything going pretty good here tonight. The 1-0. And that's going to be high fly in the air, and that's going to get down extra bases. And that's going to lead off to first, going to second. And he's going to have a 1-out stand-up double. Now in San Antonio, every time the Missions would hit a double, then everybody would get a coupon for a double meat cheeseburger, courtesy of your friendly neighborhood Whataburger. The right fielder, Tirso Ornelas, coming in as he takes a cold strike, and it's 0-1. So far, a beautiful night. Few clouds from time to time. Do need the rain, though. Right, Bob?
I gotta say, we need the rain badly, but not during baseball play. We need our guys to stay more focused at the task at hand. Besides focusing about the weather, you really gotta focus more about the baseball and the teams of Texas League.
That's right. Juan Fernandez, the first baseman, will come. And that's going to be high fly in the air. Right fielder racing after it. And he'll put a stop right there as that will land foul. And the count now 0-1. San Antonio at Frisco. Wichita at Amarillo. Arkansas at Springfield. Midland at Corpus Christi. And Tulsa at Northwest Arkansas. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Fernandez. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up to left field, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Here comes a runner from second and in to score. As that would be a Juan Fernandez RBI single. And boy, that was a executed fastball right there as he gets that one up at the left.
Yeah, very good one right there, John, as he delivers that one in a good angle right there to the left field area.
And that one's going to be crushed. High fly right there. And that's going to get down for extra bases. And that's going to put runners at second and third. And San Antonio threatening the RoughRiders here in this top half of the Missions first.
Boy, gotta say, that one right there was a good one. And another one will bring home a couple more.
Here's the pitch. And that's going to be high fly in the air. Center fielder coming under it and makes the play, and that will do. A Juan Fernandez RBI single will give the San Antonio Missions the lead on 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Missions. We now head for the bottom of the first, and it's 1-0 San Antonio. Well, towing the slabs there tonight for the Missions, Drew Carlton. And what is the scouting report on him, Bob?
We're going to say he's a pretty good fastball thrower, and knowingly, he's got that ERA of 2.08, and he's going to add on to the reservoir here tonight.
Shortstop is Luis Angel Acuna. Step in for Frisco. And the first pitch is thrown as that one is fouled off, and the count now 0-1. Got fans watching from San Antonio and Midland. Wichita as well. And even Tulsa. Every North and South Division team will watch all the different kind of ball clubs that are out here. A basic 5-on-5. Here's the 0-2. And that's high fly right there. Popped up to Fernandez as he makes the play for out number 1. Home team starting lineups will bring them up on your screen as they look just like this. Well, gotta say, the RoughRiders winning last night, and so far, expectedly, they will try to win this one here again. They only trail a run, but evidently, it's a good thing that that's a run already earned for the Missions. Here's JP Martinez. He'll foul one off at the knees, and that's a strike in the count, 0-1. We got a pretty good home crowd, right, Bob?
Gotta say, yeah, we got a pretty good crowd here tonight.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's the count now, 0-2. We'll go ahead and give you ball clubs in their scores. Northwest Arkansas, bottom half of the 5th inning, they lead the Tulsa Drillers by score 3-0. And that is Northwest Arkansas 3, Tulsa 0. And right there is Carlton will get a strikeout on a pop foul, and that'd be the second out of the inning. Trevor Halver, the third batter, coming in for Frisco as he takes one right there in the middle, and that's the count now, 0-1. Pretty good crowds here tonight for a Saturday night matinee. Fireworks after tonight. So Frisco looking for a win in the fireworks show as they get things started here tonight for the Riders. Here's the 0-2. And that one is popped foul, and that'd be still the count, 0-2. 1 inning of play. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he gets some. So no runs, no errors, and nobody left on base as we head now for the top of the second. San Antonio up by 1. We now head off to our first break of the ball game, and we'll be right back here in the Texas League as we get ready to start up the top of inning number 2 for San Antonio. Back for more after this.
We're back in 3, 2, 1.
Well, we're back to start up the top half of the second inning with Jackson Merrill leading it off for the San Antonio Missions here tonight. give you some scores. Arkansas and Springfield scoreless through 4.5 innings of play. And that's going to be high fly in the air. Third baseman makes the play. And he's got it for out number 1. And that'll bring up the 8-hole cleanup hitter, Albert Fabian. Boy, Springfield in their Santa Claus Christmas jerseys. And right there and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Gotta always have a Christmas in July. I mean, that's going to be the most important thing to get in there. And that's going to be on for an RBI single opportunity there at first with a single with 1 away for the Missions. And that'll bring up the 9-hole batter, Michael Cantu. And tonight he's the catcher. And that one is high and outside for ball 1, 1-0. Boy, first and third for Arkansas as they try to get their runs in to score. 2 away for the Travelers. And that's going to be hit right there, past the second. And they relay it, not in. They get them both. And that one right there was a double play for the RoughRiders. And that will end it. No runs on a hit, no errors. And nobody left on. We go bottom of 2. And it's 1-0 San Antonio.
Leading up for Frisco, the first baseman.
Riders first baseman Blaine Krim coming in as we get set for the bottom half of the second for the Frisco Riders. Isn't it kind of strange how I called them that for the very first time in Texas League Baseball? Well, it's the Frisco RoughRiders, John. Get it right. Well, excuse me, Grouchy Pants. I'm just kidding. Don't take nothing offensively, Bob. I mean, I'm just pulling your shoes off your foot. You're not. You're kidding. Yeah, I know. I like to kid. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. And that one is high fly in the air, and that will go out of play and foul. And that's the count now, 1-2. So far, we'll go ahead and check more Texas League scores. And we're going to patch in the cameras at Amarillo taking on the Wichita Wind Surge tonight. And that's going to be right there. Jackson Merrill flip it to first to Juan Fernandez, a high flowing degree. And that is 1 away. Well, that'll bring up the Frisco RoughRiders designated hitter, Kellen Strom, as he comes in for the Riders. They're looking pretty good. The pitch to Strom. And that one is a high fly souvenir as that ball will go out of play and foul. And that's the count now, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. The pitch. And that one high in the air. Merrill will make the play in right field as he'll quickly record the second out of the inning. So Sandro Fabian coming in as he's the 6-hole batter for Frisco. Wichita and Amarillo, they are tied with 2-2 as they are the bottom half of the first inning there at Water Ridge Field in downtown Amarillo. The pitch, and that one is chopped foul, and the count now 0-1. Pretty good right there as our last stop will take us to Corpus Christi there at Bayfront Park. Looking at the Rockhounds and the Hooks. Gonna say, like the beautiful ballpark there in Bayfront Park. Also home of Corpus Christi. That's high fly in the air, Cantu. Under it, and that will do for this half inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. To the top of the third we go. San Antonio up by 1. Well, leading off the top of the third inning for the Missions, center fielder Tim Lopes. 0 for 1, a ground out in the first inning. Boy, and Corpus Christi wearing a dark uniform jersey. Midland wearing their beautiful road orange with Midland inscribed on the chest. And that's going to be right there. Quick reaction to third. Throw it to first, and he got him. Boy, and a great stop by the hot corner third baseman as he puts a stop to it. And that is a good play as he fires at first to get his man out, and that's one away here in this top half. Now shortstop Evan Mendoza will come in as he takes a coach strike, gets 0-1, as he was a double and a run his last time up. We're top of 3, San Antonio up by 1 run. Frisco trails the 1 run as that RBI single came in the top of the first inning for the Missions. And that'll bring up the right fielder batting in third spot, Tirso Ornales. That 1 run is a RBI single by the first baseman, Juan Fernandez, as he scored in the game's first run for San Antonio. And right there, back to the mound. He'll flip it to first, and that ends this half inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for San Antonio. We now head for the bottom of the third. The Missions up by 1. And now the number 7 batter, second baseman Thomas Sajasi coming in for Frisco. And that one is outside for a ball, and the count now is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes, the count to Sajasi. Swing and a miss, and that's the count now, 1-1. Our second viewer coming in, and we welcome you all out to our ball game. And yes, there was somebody asking me for my phone number, and I don't give it out on live stream for some reason. I mean, it's, a privacy issue that YouTube does not tolerate. And they always say, guard your privacy and don't put anything sensitive right there. Here's a 1-2. And that's down and in. The count now 2-2. Now, I will say, if you need to get in touch with me, just private message me after the ball game and we'll get you settled. That's high fly in the air. In center field is Lopes as he makes the grab, and that is for out number 1. Third baseman in the hot corner, 8-hole cleanup hitter Caber Rodriguez coming in as that one is fouled and away. The count now 0-1. We'll go ahead and see who we got in our live chat. And so far, nobody coming in as of this point forward. And that one's going to be hit high fly in the air, and that will go out of play and foul. So YouTube always says, welcome to our live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by community standards and guidelines. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up the left, and that'll get through for a base hit. The hot corner third baseman for Frisco will get on base. And that tying run is now at first. The catcher is Matt Watley as he swings and misses at the initial offering. And that's the count now, 0-1. Boy, a beautiful ball game going on right now for all Texas League. And so far, want everybody to come out and enjoy the time, as we have 2 ball games left with San Antonio. And so far, Bob and I will be back to San Antonio to take coverage of our ballpark. And so far, beautiful ballpark there in San Antonio, Texas. And it's also our home. Yeah, I gotta say, John, it's a beautiful ballpark, and gotta say, we're glad that we got a brand new one. But we're pretty much trying to get offered to another ballpark. Oh, yeah? And that's high fly. Up in the air. Left fielder Fabian watches it fly, and that's a sidewalk souvenir as the RoughRiders. First home run by Luis Angel Acuna. And it's a 2-1 lead as the Riders will come in across the score. Boy, and what a way to get going in the bottom of the 4th inning for Frisco. And boy, that ball 420 feet in the air. And that sidewalk souvenir given to the RoughRiders here tonight. And right to third. Flip it to first to Fernandez, and that will do. So Luis Angel Acuna getting the benefit of the doubt as he hits one and whacks one up to left field. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. And it's now on to the top of inning number 4. The RoughRiders lead 2-1.
Leading off for San Antonio, the
first baseman Juan Fernandez leads it off for San Antonio to start the top of inning number 4. As that one's hit right there to third. He'll flip it to first. Easy play out there at first base, and that's 1 away. Third baseman Lucas Dunn. 1 for 1, a single in the first inning. Or a single in the second, I shall say. And that's going to be line drive up to left center, and that gets through for a base hit.
Boy, that was a pretty good knock by the third baseman for San Antonio. And really, that was pretty good. Now, take the lead and put one out of reach.
Designated hitter Grant Little. Fly out in the first, 0 for 1 tonight by the 6th batter. And doing pretty good. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be high fly in the air. Left fielder give a chase. And he's got it on the warning track as he'll make the play. And that will be the second out here in inning number 4. Jackson Merrill coming in, a 7 batter. Pop out in the second, 0 for 1. That one's going to be down and in for the ball, and the count now 1-0. 2 away, runner at first, top of 4, 2-1 Frisco. As continuously we live coverage the ball game here tonight from Statesman's Park. We're about 6 miles outside of Dallas-Fort Worth. And so far, pretty good. Frisco, after this ball game, they'll head north to Wichita. And gotta say, the Wind Surge and Frisco RoughRiders will converge their play. They're on Tuesday night there at the porch. Well, we go to the bottom of inning number 4. When we come back, Trevor Halver will get us ready in the 4th inning here at home. So 2-1 score as the RoughRiders lead the ball game. We're back with more baseball coming up right after this. Well, leading off the bottom of the 4th inning, Trevor Halver, as we're coming back at you live for this game. And so far, we're about ready to go. The pitch by Carlton, and that one's going to be right there. Mendoza will not get him, as that's going to be a leadoff base hit and a single. So pretty good right there, as that will go down a fielder's choice on that base hit. And the RoughRiders have the next go-ahead run on first. First baseman Blaine Krim. And right there to Jackson Merrill. And boy, he has a cat-like reflex, as that ball headed right for him for the first out. Designated hitter Kellen Strom coming in, and the pitch, that one right there, and that's going to get down for extra bases, as that's going to get first to third. And RoughRider fans are enjoying the festivities here tonight, as that base hit will put a runner in scoring position 90 feet away from in there at the third base area. Boy, right there, John, that ball was fair. Well, duh, it was. and a pretty good one. Here's Sandro Fabian as he takes inside a code strike, and that's the count now, 0-1. The 0-1. And he held up right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one. Right there on the top of the strikes. And that's the count now, 1-2. With Carlton now at 41 pitches for his 4 innings of work. And that's going to be high fly in the air. RBI single coming in. And here comes a run in to score as the runner from third will make it a 3-1 ball game for Frisco on a ribby.
Now the second baseman.
Second baseman Thomas Sajasi coming in as he flew out last in the third inning is 0 for 1 of the ninth. Taking in a coach strike, and it's the count now, 0-1. No ball, 1 strike, the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's the count now, 0-2. Runner at first after that RBI single to score in the third for Frisco. The pitch. And did he go? No, appeal down to first. He did not. That's ball 1. Here's the 1-2. And right there, strike 3. And he'll get him easily. Well, a run on a couple of base hits. No errors, a man left as we head for the top of the San Antonio 5th. It's Frisco 3, Missions 1. The left fielder is Albert Fabian as he comes in. And he will put that one to first. And the first baseman for the Riders will step on first to claim the out.
Boy, and that's a real tough decision right there as he tries to get on base but easily gets knocked down. And that's something that you don't see every day. 9-hole batter Michael Cantu will come in as he takes a ball down and in. And it's 1-0. 24 strikes to 10 balls by Avery Weems. That's a total of up to 34 thus far through the ball game. Nope. And that one high and outside for ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. And that one's going to be high fly in the air. Left fielder make the grab. And he's got it for out number 2. Boy, in the 2-0 count, that really screws off your ball player right there. But literally, when you hit that one high fly in the air, that could really come back and haunt you later if the other team wins tonight. Center fielder Tim Lopes will foul that one off, and that's the count now, 0-1. It's 3-1 our score, top of the 5th, Frisco up by the 2-run difference. High fly right there, that goes to left, and that's a 1-2-3, top half of the 5th inning here at Frisco. Now head for the bottom of the 5th, 3-1 our score as the RoughRiders lead the Missions by 2.
Leading off for Frisco, the third baseman.
Third baseman Caber Rodriguez will lead it off, bottom of 5. As he will take one down and in for a ball in the count now, 1-0. Well, time now, we're going to have a pitching change for San Antonio. And here comes the manager, as that will do for the starter here tonight. And gotta say, that will be it for tonight's big shot and starter.
Now pitching for San Antonio.
Now pitching for the Missions, number 58. 58, Angel Felipe, now pitching for San Antonio. 1 ball, no strikes as he gets ready to start his pitch performance. The 1-0. High fly in the air, center fielder Tim Lopes will make the play, and he's got it for out number 1.
Catcher, Matt Watley.
The catcher is Matt Watley as he comes in. And the pitch right there and in for a cold strike. And it's 0-1. Last time up, he flew out during the time that he came in. Here's the 0-1. High fly in the air. Fabian in pursuit. Makes the running grab, and that's caught for out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop, Luis Angel.
And the shortstop, Luis Angel Acuna. Boy, 2-run home run back in the 3rd inning. Gives the RoughRiders up to 2 runs, making it that 3-1 interval. And that's pretty good. That's right there. And that'll be a leadoff double on 2 away. Julio Pablo Martinez will come in as he's at 0 for 2. And he takes one right there at the inside corner for a cold strike. And it's 0-1. Ground out, strikeout, 0 for 2 to JP Martinez here tonight. Pretty good right there. The 0-1. And that one high fly in the air. Fabian in pursuit. Makes the running grab, and that will do. So no runs on a hit, no errors. A man stranded off at second. As we go to the top of the 6th, it's 3-1 Frisco in this game.
Leading off for San Antonio, the shortstop.
Shortstop Evan Mendoza, 1 for 2, double and a run. Coming in for the top half of the San Antonio 6. And about ready. The pitch, and that one is down at the downside corner. And the count now is 0-1. Hit the 3rd. 3rd will flip it to 1st. And that's a quick out number 1, just the same as doing the 5th inning all over again. 1 pitch, 1 ground ball, and 1 away to get things started for both sides. Here's right fielder Tirso Ornales as he takes one high and outside for a ball, and the count now 1-0. Well, in this half inning, we will give you some scores as San Antonio trails just 2 runs ahead of Frisco. And pretty good right there. As that one taken inside for a cold strike, and it's the count now 2-1. Well, continuously the Corpus Christi Hooks continue 1-0 against Midland. And right there to 3rd as that's a high fly pop-up. And that's the 2nd out. Now Juan Fernandez coming in as he's a single on RBI. And pretty good right there. Well, Amarillo, bottom half of 3, will lead the Wichita Wind Surge 3-2. And that one's pretty good. High fly in the air. Left fielder will make the play. And that's another half inning with 3 up, 3 down. Well, we go now to the bottom half of the 6th inning. And it's a 3-1 ball game as Frisco leads San Antonio just 2.
Leading off for the
Left fielder Trevor Halver, 1 for 2, single and a run. Coming in across the score, that is Trevor Halver. And the pitch. And that one high fly in the air in right field. Boy, howdy, he got one right there. Gone. And Frisco gets one by Halver, as it is now a 3-run lead for Frisco over the San Antonio Missions. Boy, and that's one thing that you could put out of the ballpark, is make your fans happy, and he drilled it right there just for them. One, the starting reliever tonight for the Missions, Felipe. Boy, he's saying, well, what the heck is that? Duh, it's a home run. Ding dong. Yeah, you're not kidding, John. Well, right there, as that's taken in for a code strike after that home run by the third batter. And right there on the outside corner, and that's the count now, 0-2. Arkansas leads the Springfield Cardinals, and it's the score 1-0 over Springfield. It was scoreless through the last couple of innings, but evidently Arkansas will get the benefit of the doubt by scoring the run. Well, that'll bring in Kellen Strom after Blaine Krim will get struck out by Felipe. And the designated hitter will come in. He takes a code strike, and that's the count now, 0-1. Pretty good night thus far for the home team, and a RoughRiders win is much needed to secure the 5th game of 6 between the two. 0-2 delivery, and that one is going to be popped and foul, and that's the count now, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, and that's going to be hit right there to third. He'll jump throw, and he does not get him. Boy, awfully close right there. As third baseman Lucas Dunn tries to get him. And, yep, that foot beats the throw on that camera. And, yes, it does, as that one will evidently get him inside. Sandro Fabian will come in as he takes one high in the outside corner. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Sacrifice fly, which led to the RBI earlier, is 0 for 1. And so far, pretty good for the RoughRiders. And that one is going to be right there and foul, and the count now 1-1. For the Frisco RoughRiders, starting Tuesday, August 1st, taking on Midland. August 1st through the 6th will be a 6-game set with Midland. Tuesday, August 15th will be the Tulsa Drillers and the Frisco RoughRiders for a 6-game set. 6 games with Tulsa, and 6 games with Corpus Christi. 6 with Northwest Arkansas, and that will lead the 2023 season to the regular to its finish. Here's a 1-2. And did he go? Yes, he did. Peeled down to third, and he gets him. And that's strikeout number 2. Boy, Shanghai him through the underwear and give him the atomic wedgie on top of that. Well, the second out as he goes down for out number 2. Ouch, I hate wedgies. I used to get those in elementary school as a kid. You're not kidding. I had those too as a kid as well. Here's the 0-1. That one outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and one. Swing and a miss, and that's the count now, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a pitch. Swing and a miss, and he gets them right there on the upside corner. And that will get him. But Trevor Halver will pick up a run on a couple of base hits. And no errors. As we head now to the top of the 7th, Frisco leads San Antonio 4-1.
The third baseman, number 8, Lucas.
Top of the 7th for San Antonio is third baseman Lucas Dunn will come in. And that one's high fly in the air. In left center is the center fielder as he makes the grab for the out. Well, tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow evening, I shall say, will be the Missions and Frisco RoughRiders' last meetup of the year. And gotta say, to the 2 ball clubs, won't see them anymore until next year in 2024. Right there and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Daniel Robert and Lucas Jacobson coming in for the RoughRiders in reliefs. Gotta say, pretty good right there. 1 ball, no strikes. And that one is fouled and away. The count now is 1-1. Boy, pretty good night thus far for both sides, but Frisco puts the bats alive, and so far the Missions have been grounding up to 3 out innings in this ball game. And that'll bring in Jackson Merrill. Fly out, pop out is 0 for 2. And so far the last out here in the top of inning number 7. And that's going to be high fly to short, and that does it. So a 1-2-3, top of the 7th. As the RoughRiders will continue to lead 4-1 against San Antonio as we hit the bottom of the stretch inning here in number 7. Well, Caber Rodriguez will come in as we now hit to the bottom half of inning number 7. And that one is inside for a code strike, and it's 0-1. While all managers are keeping eyes on Angel Felipe is getting a little bit tired in his couple innings, relieving the starting pitcher tonight, which was Drew Carlton. Carlton may be the losing pitcher here tonight for San Antonio if the bullpen doesn't do anything about the 3-run deficit. That's going to be right there as the second baseman gets in, and they just throw it away. And that's a given up pass to third on an error. And that's one thing you don't even do. That's just a real headbanger. Well, I bet the manager for San Antonio is just pulling his hair out. And that one right there and in for a code strike, and it's 0-1. San Antonio gets that error on that throwing error, as nobody was out there at first to protect the first base area. So far, where was Juan Fernandez? I don't know. He probably was getting a drink of water or something. The 0-2. And right there, strike 3. He gets him. And that's the 4th strikeout for San Antonio thus far. And pretty good right there as he gets him on show vision. And the last time up, the 2-run shot. And that was Luis Angel Acuna coming in for the RoughRiders. That's high fly in the air. Mendoza making the play. And he's got it for out number 2. One more out, and it will not be an error that San Antonio will think about. And the pitch. And that's down and in for a code strike. It's 0-1. No balls. And 1 strike. And that's hit the third. He'll whiplash it right to first. And that's a easy out. So no runs on a hit. 1 error for San Antonio. As we head for the top of the 8th, it's Frisco 4, Missions 1. Well, top half of the 8th for San Antonio. Stepping in is 8-hole cleanup hitter Albert Fabian as he singled back in the 3rd inning, I guess. But anyway. 5,858 tonight in attendance.
1-1.
I mean, for a Saturday evening, I guess nobody wanted to see a pretty good fireworks show, but we do have fireworks on the way after this game. Right there, high fly in the air, and that's caught for up in the center field for out number 1.
The catcher, Michael Cantu.
The catcher is Michael Cantu as he flew out, ground out 0 for 2 of the night. And that's a ball down and in, and it's the count now 1-0.
Nope, that's a ball.
Right there, 2 balls and no strikes. And that's even up at 2-2. And that's right there for ball 3, 3-2. And right there, strikeout. And that's the first one for Frisco on that strikeout. That'll bring in the center fielder, Tim Lopes. And that one is fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. That one fouled off, and that's the count now 0-2. Missions down to their final 4 outs tonight as the RoughRiders led the charge in inning number 3. And that is strikeout number 3, as that will do. Well, it's number 2 right there. Oh, correction, number 2. Go to the bottom of the 8th, and it's 4-1 Frisco. Trevor Halver coming in as we get set for the last 3 outs for the RoughRiders. And that's the count now, 0-1. Halver is the 2 for 3 of the night. As he takes one right there in the middle corner. And that's the count now, 0-2. Oh, and 2.
That's a ball.
Down and in, it's count now 1-2. 1-2. High fly in the air, but that will drift out of play and foul. One, two. And that one high fly in the air. And that will go out of play and foul. And right there, strike three. And Felipe getting one.
The first baseman.
And we're going to see a pitching change for the manager, as that will do for the second reliever of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Moises Lugo coming in, number 87. Moises Lugo now pitching for San Antonio. As we get things going, the pitch. And that's going to be popped foul in the count now, 0-1. 4-1 Frisco. They lead 3 against San Antonio. And pretty good tonight here in Game 5. Right there and in for a code strike, and that's 0-2. No balls to 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And gets him down. And that would be the first one tonight for Moises Lugo. And that slider gets him out fouled right there. A 23.08 RPM. And 9 inches on that pitch break. So pretty good right there for Lugo as he comes in. Right there, swing and a miss, and that's the count now, 0-1. 2 for 3 with the 2 singles to the designated RoughRiders hitter. Pretty good right there for all the RoughRiders. Here's the 0-1. Down and in, and the count now 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch. And that one's high fly in the air. Cantu makes the grab, and that's the 8th inning. And no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We now head for the top of inning number 9. It's 4-1 Frisco. We're back on more Texas League baseball when we come back after our proud announcer from Dr. Pepper. And leading off as we get set for the top of the ninth, we're going to have a new pitcher for Frisco in relief. Fernie Ozuna will get things started. Evan Mendoza coming in, the shortstop. 3 outs remain for San Antonio. And that one is taken inside for a code strike. It's 0-1. Little bit of daylight left on this Saturday night. And so far, a lot of zeros on the scoreboard as San Antonio only had a run in the top of the first inning. Frisco, bottom of 3 and 4 and 6. Got some pretty good ones right there. Well, another strikeout as Fernie Ozuna will get one. And that'll bring in the right fielder, Tirso Ornales. He line out in the 6th. Missions down to their final 2 outs in this evening. And that's going to be right there, and that will go foul. Boy, I thought it was going to be fair, but evidently not. And that one's going to be hit to second, flip to first, and they're an out away from completing this one. Look like Frisco will end up getting their 40th of the night if defeating Juan Fernandez with a 1-for-3. And that's going to be high fly right there. First baseman makes the play. And that will do for tonight's ball game. A lot of 3-up, 3-down innings. So Frisco will claim the 40th of this evening. Final score 4-1 as San Antonio falls in Game 5 to the Frisco RoughRiders. 4-1 so far for me and Bob and for everybody in our entire crew. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.